how you stepped on many people. Beyonce.
It wasn't nothing towards Keyshia. I mean, she knows that, and everybody that with a brain knows that. That's not even how I operate.
I really did come up on Beyonce, and I really did, look at her for inspiration, and I was just like, that song, and what I said just went way too far, because I do love, her, and I get chills when I see her perform, and she is a gang of inspiration.
So Keyshia Cole is back in the spotlight.
Y'all, the drama that's unfolding right now is absolutely scandalous. Keyshia Cole has stepped back into the spotlight, and trust me, it's not because she's dropping new music. The former princess of hip-hop soul, yes, that's what we used to call her, is digging up some seriously juicy skeletons from her past, and she's spilling all the tea about how Queen Bey supposedly walked all over her career. Can you even imagine having the courage, or maybe the audacity, to go there? Let's be completely honest here. Keyshia used to be the one everyone was talking about, the face that dominated magazine covers and award shows. But these days, she's struggling just to keep her name in conversations, and it all boils down to one catastrophic mistake that changed the trajectory of her entire career. Her bold, or should I say reckless, decision to call out none other than Beyonce herself. While it might be far too late for any kind of meaningful apology now, Keyshia seems determined to make sure everyone hears her side of the story about the industry's beloved sweetheart. But here's what we're all dying to know. What exactly did Keyshia say that caused such an earthquake in the music industry? And more importantly, is there any truth hidden in her explosive claims? Or is this just another desperate attempt to grab headlines? Let's dive deep into this messy situation. Kia's big mess up. And trust me when I say this mess was monumental. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sure, Keyshia might not be dominating the charts or selling out arenas right now, but let's give credit where it's absolutely due. Being crowned the princess of hip-hop soul wasn't just some random title thrown around. She earned that crown. Those soulful vocals, those raw, heartfelt lyrics that had us all crying in our bedrooms, pure magic. Let me paint you a picture of how it all began. Picture this, young Keyshia, full of dreams and determination, starting out as just another backing vocalist for MC Hammer. Yes, you heard that right, but talent like hers couldn't stay in the background forever. A&M Records saw that special spark in her and snatched her up faster than you can say record deal. That magical moment led to The Way It Is in 2005, and honey, that album wasn't just a record, it was a cultural moment. The joy radiating from Kia during that time was absolutely infectious. Those incredible tracks, especially Love, didn't just capture our hearts, they dominated the industry. We're talking platinum certification and not one, but 2 Soul Train Music Awards nominations in 2006. But wait, because the story gets even better. She opened up her life to us through her reality show, giving us an intimate peek into both her family life and her rising career. For 3 whole seasons, we couldn't take our eyes off her. It became one of the network's most watched programs, and for good reason. Let's talk about those sophomore and junior albums, because they were absolute fire. Just Like You and A Different Me both shot straight to number 2 on the Billboard 200 like rockets, and both went platinum faster than you could blink. And those 4 Grammy nominations, Keyshia wasn't just sitting at the table, she was feasting. She was at the absolute peak of her career, living the kind of life most artists only dream about. Nothing could possibly go wrong, or so we all thought. But then, oh darling, then came the drama that would shake the entire industry to its core. Keyshia made what might be the biggest mistake in music industry history. She decided to go head-to-head with the one and only Queen Bey herself. The drama exploded in 2013 when Beyonce dropped Bow Down right after becoming a mother. It was Bey's way of reminding everyone that motherhood hadn't changed her reign, with those now infamous lyrics that would spark an industry-wide firestorm. The lyrics hit the industry like a tidal wave. I know when you were little girls, you dreamt of being in my world. Don't forget it, respect that, bow down. And while most people were bowing down, Keyshia decided to stand up. And honey, that decision would cost her everything. What happened next was like watching a car crash in slow motion. Keyshia took to X, back when we still called it Twitter, and basically committed career suicide in 280 characters or less. Can you believe she actually wrote, "Can't stand when people all self-righteous when it's convenient, it makes them look good Lamu, but can still talk when convenient to FOA? The audacity. But wait, she wasn't done. She followed up with, "First, women need to stick together now BW's better bow SMH, but it's all G, chicks stay shooting the stuff. But when I speak my mind, it's a prob." Oh my God, the Bey Hive? They came for her like a swarm of angry bees protecting their queen. The comments were brutal. "It's a fun bleep talking song, don't try and make it more just so you can have some BS to say. And when Beyonce sings she's Sasha Fierce though, so get you life," the internet was literally on fire. And let me tell you how Keyshia tried to act unbothered, but we could all see right through it like a glass window. When the dream basically showed her the door, she hopped on X with this supposedly unbothered response. "Dream not writing any songs for me is fine. I'm on my 6th album. He's only wrote one song on one of my albums, which I did love. God bless." But honey, we all know she was crying into her pillow that night. Then came the moment of truth that had us all watching with our hands over our mouths. Her 6th album, Point of No Return, dropped in 2014, and oh sweetie, the numbers were tragic. Yes, it managed to crawl its way to number 9 on the Billboard 200, but only sold a measly 25,000 copies in its first week. Comparing that to her glory days, it was like going from flying private to taking the bus. The critics and fans didn't just drag her, they dragged her, buried her, dug her up, and dragged her again. One person had the nerve and the accuracy to call it a letdown and a less fun rerun. Soul in Stereo's review, brutal. They said it was been there, done that, and called her passion surprisingly lifeless. The shade of it all. But darling,
And said that Bey was an inspiration, burying any rumors of a feud with the queen.
Oh, I just felt like, dang, I really did come up on Beyonce, like, and I really did, like, look at her for inspiration, and I was just like, that song, and what I said just went way too far, because I do love, like, her, and I like, get chills when I see her perform, and she is a gang of inspiration for all artists, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just felt like, damn, I just missed out on the part.
That's okay.
Well, but that's good. See, and with maturity comes clarity. You know, I mean, because you don't owe an explanation, but I know, like, you're a fan of music.
Yeah.
As much as you are a contributor
Yeah.
to the culture, so.
Yeah, so I just hit everybody and said, how was the show?
Well, all you do is look at Instagram. That was a show. The whole
Yeah.
goddamn show on Instagram.
Well, what I will say is that she definitely looks amazing, sounds amazing, performs amazing. There was a part during the show where she was singing Resentment, and she said, I'm better than that mediocre white bitch could, or something like that. And the whole audience was looking at each other, and it was interesting because she typically don't come out that bag.
Yeah.
it was too little, too late. And let me school you about what happens when you dare to cross Queen Bey. It's like signing your own career death warrant. The receipts? Oh, they're endless. Take Carrie Hilson, for example. Another cautionary tale in the Don't Mess with Bey handbook. She thought she was being clever with those shady lyrics in her 2009 single, Turning Me On. Remember these not-so-subtle jabs? Your vision cloudy if you think that you're the best? She can sing but need to move it to the left. She need to go have some babies. Girl, we weren't born yesterday. Now, here's the real tea that needs to be spilled. Why do artists like Keyshia and Carrie end up in the career graveyard while others walk away unscathed? Let's talk about Rihanna, shall we? Because Miss Riri actually had the nerve to throw shade at Bey over Bow Down, too. She liked Shirley Manson's post about celebrities wanting people to bow down, calling it frightful behavior. And as if that wasn't enough, she posted her own little dig on Instagram. I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge. How that feel down there on your knees, huh? But here's the difference. And pay attention because this is important. Rihanna is a whole different kind of powerhouse. The Bey Hive can buzz and sting all they want, but they can't touch her empire. It's the smaller artists, the Keyshias and Karis of the world, who get completely demolished when they don't have half the industry standing behind them. And yes, some people might try to defend Beyonce saying, but she had nothing to do with any of this drama. Please, honey, let's not be naive. She could have stopped the entire hate train with just one word, but she chose to remain silent. And in this industry, sometimes silence speaks volumes louder than any diss track ever could. The question that's on everyone's perfectly glossed lips right now is this: is the untouchable Queen Bey really that insecure that she needs to let her fans destroy other artists? And will Keyshia ever be able to rise from these ashes like a phoenix? Or is her career permanently stamped with point of no return? This is the kind of tea that keeps the industry boiling, and we're all here for it. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're dying to hear what you think about this whole messy situation. And don't forget to check out our other videos for more juicy industry drama that will have you gagging.